Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. This is Ola of the Fertility Conversations. And today we're going to be speaking about fertility myths. There's so much information out there, and it's often hard to know which is real, which isn't. But before we start, I want to make sure you're already subscribed to this channel. If you haven't, take a moment to subscribe. All right, I'm going to give you a few more seconds to do that. Have you subscribed? Great, thank you. All right, so let's proceed with some fertility myths. One of the very common ones is that infertility is a female issue. This is not true. Infertility can impact men and women, and it actually does. And across the globe, infertility is rising, even for men. So infertility can be a female issue, it can be a male issue, and sometimes it can actually be both. So the next time you see a couple trying to conceive, don't be so quick to assume that it has to be an issue with the female. It can be both, and it can be a male issue. You just never know. Another myth is that infertility only impacts women over 35. So if you're young, don't worry about it, you're fine. This is not true. Infertility can impact anyone at any age. Yes, we know that egg quality and quantity decline for women over the years as they get older, but that doesn't mean that infertility cannot impact someone at 25. It can. So people should be advised to seek help if they're struggling to conceive, regardless of the age. Talking about age, some people also assume that age doesn't impact men when it comes to fertility. This is not true. Yes, we know that men have the luxury in the sense that they can produce sperm all through their life, but the reality is that sperm quality can reduce as men get older, and also DNA fragmentation can be higher the older a man gets. So let's get that out of our minds. Age can impact both men and women. And talking about age again, it doesn't mean that once a woman is 35, that's the end. No. Yes, again, like I said earlier, egg quality and quantity can reduce as one gets older, but that doesn't mean that as the moment you're 35, there is no more possibility. That's not true. There are many women that have children over 35 and even over 40. So it is possible. But of course, for men and women, it's good to keep in mind that age can be an issue. So seek help if you're struggling to conceive. Okay, so far so good. Any more that you'd like to add? I actually made a list, so I'm going to try to go through them. And of course, if you have any others that I don't mention, please put them in the comments. It would be great to make a huge list of all the fertility myths that exist across the globe. All right. Some also say that if you can't afford expensive procedures like IVF, that means you shouldn't consider treatment. That's not true. IVF is not required for everyone. There are people that go through fertility treatments like IUI. That's been successful for many. And there's some that might take some fertility drugs and be able to conceive. There's some that might need to just adjust certain things in their lifestyle and be able to conceive. So IVF is not for everybody, and it's not the only way to have children if you're struggling to conceive. Okay. All right. What else? What else? Yeah, certain sex positions are the ones to go for when having sex. And of course, some people say that after having sex, you should lie down on a pillow, put your feet up, and be there for, I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever the case might be. This is not really required. And I did this many times, actually. But the reality is that doctors have said that if you're trying to conceive and you have sex, that yes, some semen might be seen to come out, but that does not mean that the sperm hasn't gotten to the egg. If everything else is fine, all you need is one sperm, and that as long as some semen and sperm get in, then you should be able to get the sperm that gets the egg. Only one sperm is needed for an egg, so yeah, we don't need all of them or millions of them to fertilize one egg. So yeah, keep that in mind, because I spent a lot of time lying down there on pillows for a very long time. So not required. Yeah, another one is if a man can ejaculate, it means he's fertile. Not true. People can have sex, you can see semen and the man can ejaculate it, but that does not mean everything is fine. People need to have a sperm analysis done to find out if there's any issue or not. And as we said earlier, infertility is rising globally and it can impact men and women. So it's definitely good to have both the man and woman get tested while you're trying to conceive. So far, so good. All right. Have you thought of others that I haven't mentioned so far? If you have, please put them in the comments again. What else? Yeah. It's possible to get pregnant at any time of the month. Not true. I kind of thought about that, but I thought this was the case actually when I was younger. And of course, in high school, you just hear, oh, don't have sex, don't have sex. So you just assume that anytime you do, you can get pregnant, but that's not the case. You can get pregnant just during certain times of the month, which is ovulation. So it's just a window of time that you can actually get pregnant. It's not any time of the month. So that's not true. That's a myth. Yeah, another one that's very common is that if you conceived your first baby easily, then you should have no problems the next time. That's not true. Secondary infertility exists. So for some people, they've been easily able to have their first child or first children and want to then have difficulty trying to have more. So please keep this in mind. Fertility can change along the line. And this is actually applicable, especially for couples that are trying to conceive. I hear this a lot in Nigeria, that they might be like, oh, the guy has a child, or he was able to have a child when he was in university, so that means everything is fine. No, not true. This fertility might have changed over the years. So just because the person has a child doesn't mean they have no fertility issues going forward. Things can change. So it's always a good idea to have both people tested when you're trying to conceive. What else? I think I've mentioned most of it that I had listed that I wanted to talk about. Of course, if there's any others that you want to share, please put in the comments. It'll be great, like I noted earlier. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you can join next time. Please remember, if you haven't subscribed, which you should have, because I gave you some time when we started this session. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please also share this video with your friends and family. Let's keep fertility conversations going at home, in our schools, in our workplaces, in our society. Let's destigmatize infertility. Let's normalize these conversations, normalize alternative paths to parenthood. Let's support each other as we all navigate our fertility journeys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and see you next time at the Fertility Conversations. Bye for now.